The chemistry was undeniable.
Miley Cyrus is looking back at when sparks first flew between her and Liam Hemsworth. The pop vocalist has been taking a walk down memory lane in a new TikTok series inspired by her single, Used to Be Young. And in one of her latest videos, she reflected on falling in love with her now ex-husband Liam on the set of their 2010 movie, The Last Song. The coming-of-age drama centered on a teen named Ronnie, played by Miley, and her summer romance with a boy named Will. And Liam was one of the many actors who auditioned for the part.
Once we had written the screenplay, it was time to audition all the guys who would play Will, my boyfriend, in the movie. And we had gotten it down from thousands to the final 3. And Liam was a part of that final 3.
He ultimately landed the role. And as their characters were falling head over heels, Miley and Liam were too, making for some palpable on-screen chemistry.
One of the elements that made that movie feel so special was it was watching 2 very young people fall in love with each other, which was happening in real time and in real life, so the chemistry was undeniable.
Back in 2010, Liam told Access Hollywood about the audition process and falling for Miley while filming.
I came in first time and I read with the director and the producers, and they really liked me, and then I came back a week later and read with Miley. And yeah, we had really good chemistry on screen, and I mean, she was super, super nice, and yeah, turned out good.
When did you know you had like real chemistry? Because obviously she came out last week and said your boyfriend and girlfriend. When did you realize that?
I mean, we spent so much time together down there. It's kind of hard not to either get close or hate them, I guess. You know, when you're spending that much time with someone. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a bonus for us because we really enjoyed working together, and we enjoyed hanging out after, you know, behind the camera.
Miley and Liam began dating while filming the movie and had an on-again, off-again relationship for a decade. The two married in late 2018 and announced their separation the following summer. The couple's wedding came weeks after their Malibu home burned down in a wildfire, a tragedy that deeply affected Miley. She told Rolling Stone in a 2020 interview, "In a way, it did what I couldn't do for myself. It removed me from what was no longer serving its purpose. And then as you drown, you reach for that lifesaver and you want to save yourself. I think that's really what, ultimately, getting married was for me. One last attempt to save myself." In another video for her Used to Be Young TikTok series, Miley reflected on how special her and Liam's Malibu home was, and how it played a special role in her life years before she ever lived there, back when she was making her Meet Miley Cyrus album.
I was working with a producer in Malibu that lived in a house in Ramirez Canyon, which I would have never known 15 years later. I would be living in that house, which would eventually burn down. So that house had so much magic to it that ended up really changing my life.
2 years after the Meet Miley Cyrus record, the singer put out her second studio album, Breakout. Back in 2008, she told Access Hollywood all about it.
I think it's pretty appropriately titled because it is like a breakout record, kind of not stepping away from Hannah, but just a little bit different than her character.
Right. Do you think your fans will be ready for that, or you know? Because I mean,
I hope so. I hope they like it.
In what way do you think it'll be a little bit different, or?
It should be different in just the way that it's a little more creative, a little more different. The writing is definitely, the lyrics mean a lot more than my last couple records. This is definitely super personal.
Right. People don't realize you're rocking those lyrics yourself, which is fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
So you spend a lot of time, I imagine.
Yeah, I definitely work hard writing.
Right. So now this summer, you've got album, you've got
movie,
TV
you've
show. Got TV show. So when do you find a time just to be Miley?
No. Hopefully I do that sometime soon, but I'm not sure when.
Right. So what is it like? I mean, just to sort of balance all that together.
It's hard. It's definitely a lot of work, but it's fun too. It's a blast, you know, to be able to finally put out a record. My favorite thing is to do is put out music. Is just be on tour. Like, I love it.
Mm-hmm. And I read a lot about you really want to sort of influence girls, especially in a positive way. Mm-hmm. You know, sort of what sort of message would you like to be out there?
I hope I can do that, especially with this record. Just that, like, I want girls to be able to feel empowered and feel like they can kind of rock out and listen to this music and feel, you know, like a reason to dance and a reason to smile and to have fun. And that this CD is totally, I think, age appropriate, like especially for me, but it is definitely a little more rock and roll.
Access Hollywood also spoke to Miley and her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, in 2006. And she told us the Disney star she looked up to as an example in the spotlight.
I remember looking up to like Hilary Duff. She was in the same position as I am now.
Yeah.
And I remember kind of watching her, and I remember how it felt, you know, well, if she did this, then I would do that, and that kind of thing. So I always remember that I kind of followed her as an example, and now the kids are kind of treating me that way too.
Yeah.
And so really just anytime that I can tell anyone just to keep following their dreams, because that was something that I always had. My dad kept telling me, and then, you know, I would get down about it
Right.
and not think I could, you know, do this or whatever. And now listening to him really helped me out. So hopefully I can tell
Right.
them the same things and help them out.
Fantastic.
I've always tried and prayed that God would use my life as a witness to other kids, that if
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus from Flatwoods, Kentucky can reach his dreams, then I can reach mine also.
Yeah.
And to now be able to pass that torch on to Miley and to hear her say that
Right.
she watched the old man and knew that, well,
The old
he
man.
can reach his dreams and I can reach mine too. I mean, that's what life's about. So
Right.
I'm hoping that the kids out there will take a look at Miley
Uh-huh.
and say, hey, it's a little girl who had a dream,
Yeah.
who vowed that she was going to reach her goal, and she worked very hard to get there. And once again, that non-glorified word of persistence. Miley had persistence. She
Right.
went to a lot
That's
of
so
auditions
important.
that she didn't get. But she would get knocked down and she'd just dust herself off
Yeah.
and get right back up to the plate, and that's what it takes.
Access Hollywood recently looked back on some of our other early interviews with Miley, including one dating all the way back to the 90s, when she was 4 years old and tagging along with her dad.
This is fun, ain't it?
Yeah. Pretty fun.
We were with an adorable 4-year-old Miley back in 1997 and witnessed one of her first musical collaborations with Dad, Billy Ray.
Daddy? Daddy?
What?
Talk about Little Red Caboose.
Hey, you can sing that song. Little red caboose, chuck, chuck, chuck. Little red caboose, chuck, chuck, chuck.
Smokestack goes back, coming down, chuck, chuck, chuck.
And the train kept on rolling in 2005 when Miley and her dad auditioned for Disney's Hannah Montana and nailed it.
I want my bullet back.
In 2006, Billy Ray told us his 14-year-old daughter always had the makings of a star.
To me, she is a mixture between Lucille Ball and Dolly Parton.
Billy, get in by without taking and no giving.
And back then, we put Miley and her dad to the test with a round of father-daughter uncensored.
Okay, Daddy, what was the deal with your mullet?
Oh, baby doll, that's called a Kentucky waterfall.
This is called Scary Dad.
Do you know the words to Achy Breaky Heart?
Don't tell my heart, my achy breaking heart, that's it.
In 2007, we were on set of Hannah Montana with an excited Miley, who had just learned of the show's first Emmy nomination.
I got an email this morning when I woke up that was like, congratulations, you're nominated. And I was like, oh my gosh, I called all my friends. I was like, guess what?
Miley was a full-on phenomenon by 2008, and we were behind the scenes for her music video, Fly on the Wall.
I wrote it for like the media, always feeling like they need to be in my life.
Miley had just celebrated her Sweet 16, opening up about maintaining her self-esteem in Hollywood.
I'm sure some people would think I would look better thinner, or I would look better. I feel like healthy, and as long as I fit into my jeans, I'm happy, you know?
So
and
you never obsessed with being
I do. I definitely, it's like all girls do, and there'll be times where I just wish I could look like that, but I'm like, you know, that's not what you're meant to be.